Well, I think it's safe to say I've got a lot of building in my future. This is going to be a lot of fun. How's it going, everyone? I'm Greg with RC Driver, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on some new Tamiya kits that are just about to hit hobby shop shelves, and I thought I'd stop and just do a quick unboxing of these kits so you could see what's about to come out from Tamiya and what is inside each. I know that there's a lot of people looking forward to the Wild One Off-Roader. That looks like a cool kit. I've got a great story to go along with that one in the review. The BRZ, I've been looking forward to that one as well because I had the older version of that. Let's see here, the Lotus. This one looks pretty sweet for those who like the mini platform. And then over here, a Tt02 kit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go pop open the box of the Wild One. We'll start with the Wild One, and I'll show you what's inside each and every one of them, and also talk to you about a little something else that I'm working on as well. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for that, probably towards the end of the video. So I've got the box top off of the Wild One Off-Roader Blockhead Motors Edition. Check out the box art there. Fantastic box art from Tamiya always. Gets me pumped to build their kits. I've already dipped into this kit actually. I posted this up on Instagram and even TikTok. There's over 50,000 views of the unboxing on TikTok. If you don't follow us on TikTok, make sure you head down to the description below and go subscribe to us over there, or like or follow, whatever they do over there. But this is a really cool kit. I've already been through the manual, great Tamiya manual as always. Check out the decals, vibrant decals from Tamiya. I mean, just perfectly printed. The only thing is you do have to cut them out. It is a RC model, so Tamiya wants you to go ahead, cut them out and apply them yourself. All right, let's start dipping into plastics. There are some of the light buckets molded in yellow. And then we have the semi-chrome parts, I guess more of an aluminum chrome type of look to them. Driver's head is also in there. That'll look pretty cool once it's all painted up. And even the wheels are this satin aluminum, so those look really cool, the whole versions. And let's see, here's the fronts as well. Let me show you those. Those look really good. Servo Saver, there are a few parts just kind of straggling around in here. Some of the bags were opened up during shipping. There is the front bumper and then the tub chassis. Check that out. Kind of just kicks you back to the old school days. Well, I mean, Tamiya still uses a ton of tub chassis, but this style, I've got some memories of that. All right, down at the bottom here is this bag's pretty cool. We've got some mesh netting for the window nets, of course. There's some Lexan for the lights and some zip ties. All right, now let's move back here to the tires. I love these style of Tamiya tires. Got ribs in the front, the spike knobby spikes in the rear. Those will look so good on those satin wheels there. And the body, check this out. It is pre-painted from the factory. Love when they do that. It makes finishing this up a whole lot easier, including the fact that they've got it cut out and even the holes are drilled. There is the roof plate, the main body section, and then under here, we've got some more of the body parts. Look at that, the interior is already painted. So the driver figure is white and it looks like we've got like a matte black for the rest of the interior. That's really cool. A lot of detail already done. You don't have to buy all the paint separate. All right, let's see. Oh, check this out. We've got some cage action going on. It is molded in this cool light gray color to it, of course, since it's a metal tube frame chassis on there. More semi-chrome parts. Looks like we've got the radiator, some of the wheel mounting parts, some of the hoops, and let's see what else we got. Here is the transmission case. Check that out. That's pretty cool right there. The plating on this, always fantastic from Tamiya. They know what they're doing when it comes to plating parts. And I think that's about it. We got an antenna tube down there. And over here is the big box of goodies. We've got a Mabuchi motor, we've got gears. Let's see what else. Shock parts. Look, there are the aluminum shock parts, even some fiberglass stuff. There's this bag split open, so there's just parts flying out of this thing. But let's see what else. There's some bushings, so we already know if you want to go and get some ball bearings for this, you should plan ahead of time before you order it. But check out that FRP plate. Like that, and oh, I love when they have these boots here for the axles. That just makes it look so good when you check out the transmission on this thing. But looks like we got some metal transmission parts, some shock oil in there, springs, metal gears, and even some pistons for those shocks. And here's some of the other parts that fell out, some hinge pins, some screws and stuff. And then the last thing I want to show you here is this white box. And in here is the Hobby Wing 1060 speed controller, brush motor speed controller. And it does have a Tamiya plug on there. I kind of wish they took this opportunity to upgrade the plug, but it's still the classic Tamiya plug. But this is a good speed controller and perfect for ready to runs. All right, next up, we're gonna check out the CC02. So I've got the box top off of the CC02, and I just wanted to point out these two decals on the top of the box. This one here says it comes with LED lights, and this one, of course, says it comes with the Hobby Wing speed controller. Really like the color that they chose for the box art body. That looks really good. I might actually just paint it in that color. It looks so good. But here is that Hobby Wing speed controller. The box probably looks familiar from the wild one we just opened up, but there is that Hobby Wing speed controller, again, with a Tamiya plug on there. And let's start dipping into the parts. So here is some of the body detail parts. There's our grille, our spare tire cover, and then a clear body. So I gotta go ahead and paint this thing up. Not a big deal. They do give you the masks for the windows, so that makes things a lot easier. And you'd probably just have to tape off the roof if you wanted to paint the roof white like the Defender. Let's see what else we got in here. Here are those LED lights. This is so cool. Finally, to me, you should really include more LED lights with your kits. That would just make them so much cooler. And bearings, yes. I know a lot of people want to see bearings in there, but you know, we're used to picking those up separately. All right, here is a large bag of hardware. So here's all the parts for the transmission and everything. There's your Mabuchi motor, springs. It does have oil-filled shocks in the kit, and the JIS hardware is included in the kit as well. Here are the tires, so it's kind of your standard treaded tire, off-road truck tire from Tamiya. Really rigid rubber on there. I wish they would kind of make a softer compound, even if it's still in that pattern. Just something softer would be nice. And here is a change up from the previous CC02. We've got these black wheels, spoke style black wheels for the Defender. And let's get into some of the plastic parts here. So here are some shock towers, some drivetrain parts and stuff. Definitely lots of spacers. I'm running out of room on my workbench here. Here is part of the main chassis. Lots of building with this kit. There's the front bumpers. Let's see what else we got here. Here are some shock parts. Again, these are oil-filled shocks. I like the color that they chose here. They're not just a black shock. We went with a nice gray for the shock. That's very cool. Transmission parts, main transmission parts. And let's see, it looks like we've got a hidden panel at the bottom. Let's see this first. Oh, here is your center drive shafts. That's cool. Now, pop this off, and yes, definitely more parts. There are your chassis parts. Again, those are composite plastic rails. There are your axle casings. You're gonna, of course, have to cut those off the trees along with everything else, body mounts. Let's see, more shock parts, and then those, here's those decals I was telling you about, with decals for the windows, decals for the truck. I mean, that is a lot of stuff to cut out. Oh, I'm gonna need some new X-Acto knives. And here is the instruction manual. To me, it has great manuals, and looks like this one might even have the body detailing stuff that makes life a lot easier than flipping around between other manuals. All right, next up, we're gonna look at the Lotus Europa Special. So I jumped ahead here and pulled everything out of the box for the Lotus Europa Special. Now this is a M-06 chassis, an RR chassis, which means it's a rear-mounted motor, rear-wheel drive, and mid-size, middle wheelbase, I should say. So this is a fun kit for on-road. Now, as you can see, again, full build up here. We've got our Hobby Wing speed controller. Here's our tires back here. There's actually two different compounds, and I like that they separate them in two different color bags to let you know that they're two different compounds to be aware of, because if you switch those up, your car is gonna spin out. Love the wheels on this. Great job with the replica wheels. And then here is this beautifully detailed Lexan body. That is gonna look really good just in some static shots. And of course, it's probably gonna look great driving as well. Here are some of the ABS molded parts for the detail. We got the spoiler, headlight buckets and stuff. Here is our decal sheet. Lots of thin lines to cut out. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that one, but here is the instruction manual. Of course, it's just the generic M-06 instruction manual, and then I think they have a body manual. Yes, here is the body manual to help you get the body detailed up. And here is your big assortment of parts trees to get this cart together. Here's the chassis, nice compact chassis on here. Once you build this thing up, it's a pretty rigid platform. Let's take a look at the hardware bag. So we got a Mabuchi motor in there. We've got our JIS screws. They've got the cast metal gears. I saw cast metal gears in there somewhere. Looks like we got a couple different color spring rates as well, so that's pretty cool. It's somewhat tuned out of the box, and I'm pretty sure it's got bushings in there as well. I haven't really seen them. They're probably buried in there somewhere though. But this looks like it's gonna be a fun kit to build up. Also, just wanna point out really quick, it does have foam for the inside of the wheels. Those have to be glued together with some rubber cement. So make sure you have all the tools necessary to build up a car kit, including paints and adhesives. And here's the last kit to check out, the Tt02 Subaru BRZ ZD-08. And I also noticed on this kit, we've got two decals, one for the hobby wing speed controller, and the other is this comes with a torque tune motor. So it's a little bit quicker than your standard 540 Mabuchi motor. But let's check out this Lexan body first. Nice, really well molded body. We've already got the holes cut out, even the wheel arches are cut. So you just have to finish cutting the edges here when you trim the outside of the body, after painting it, of course, but I like when they go ahead and do that. It just helps, get these steps done and gets it done with precision. Sometimes locating the body holes are a little pain, even with dimples, but also included is the inner part of the headlight buckets and tail lights, which will look really good if it came with LED lights, which they don't include with this kit. Bummer, but maybe you go ahead and add those later. Here are our side mirrors, foam front bumper. Here's the bag of hardware, and I can see some plastic bushings in there. There's the metal pinion gear, and there's that torque tune motor from Tamiya with the special label on it, but there is all of your JIS hardware in there. Here is the decal sheet, plenty of trim to cut out. I need another new X-Acto knife for this trim. There is your instruction manual, the body manual, and then your loads of plastic parts here. Now, this is a pretty rigid bathtub style chassis on this. The Tt02 is actually one of my favorite budget kits from Tamiya. Some friends and I used to go out to a local parking lot and just run these things stock out of the box because they were just a lot of fun, really easy to build up quickly, and it's a classic from Tamiya. They just work great for some reason. Here's the wheels that it comes with, a gunmetal spoke wheel. Those will look really good once this body is finished up, and I think I'm gonna go with the blue on the box art. This just looks so good. Your standard treaded tires from Tamiya. There's that hobby wing speed controller. And again, this is just a really fun build. I do recommend the Tt02s. All right, time to tell you about that special thing that I hinted about earlier. So here's another project I'm working on, the Tamiya Track sets. I'm gonna do a review on these. These you could go ahead and install in a bunch of different Tamiya vehicles. They have it listed here on their instruction manual, the Tt02, the GF01, the CB, the G601s, the CC01, the CC02. So this is kind of a universal set for a number of their different kits, and it does take a while to put these together, but I'm really excited that they came out with this because I think it's just gonna open the doors to a bunch of really cool projects from a lot of great builders out there. And I guess I called it when I saw the universal plates in my review of the land feeder that came with the tracks. Now, there are two pieces when you're done building this in the box. So if you're building a 4x4, you're going to need 2 of these boxes. If you're building a 6x6, you're gonna need 3 of these boxes. So just be aware of that. And they give you all the hardware that you need to install it in all the different vehicles in the kit. So this is going to be a lot of fun, but it is a lot of building. I've already started the other set. It's on the workbench now, and I still have this set to do. But hope you enjoyed the unboxing of these new kits. I'm looking forward to building them, and I want to know from you, which one should I start on first? I think I'm gonna build the wild one first, to be honest with you, but if you have different ideas, let me know in the comments section below. And if you have any questions about those kits, I'll try to incorporate them in the reviews when I get to them, hopefully soon. All right, guys, if you haven't done so yet, please click that subscribe button and the notifications bell, throw the video a like, and we'll see you back soon for some more RC Driver videos.